Hi, it's Tim. Today I'm going to be going through the Scouts Mechanics badge, the stuff I can show you. The rest will be on the activity booklet linked in the description below. So let's get started. Right, so first we're going to be doing the washer bottle. So in order to do that you need to go and open the bonnet for your car. You'll have a bonnet release thing on either the driver or passenger side. And then you want to get your hand just under here and feel for a latch. And then lift it up. Right, then you want to find your bonnet stay arm. For me it's over here. Put that in there and click it in. Then the bonnet stays open. You want to find the cap with this logo on it. It looks like a washer fluid sort of thing. And open it up. If you then look inside, like so, and you see that there is not a lot of liquid in there, you might need to top it up. To do that, you need some washer fluid. If you want something like this, this spot was from Halfords. The screen wash inside isn't though. But yeah, if you want to get your screen wash, this is the stuff I'm using. It is down to -5, so this is summer, what you call summer screen wash, really. Winter you can get down to -10, but for this will be fine. Then I'm going to take your washer bottle, take the lid off it, and pour it in. You can use a funnel for this, but you don't need to. Once it's filled up to the top like that, you're done, and just put the cap back on it. Now we're going to be replacing a front light. We're going to do a front sort of dipped beam headlight. This one works. I'm just going to show you how to do it. The same principle can apply for indicators and side lights. They're just a slightly bit different. Headlights have a retention clip on most brands of cars. So when you're down in here, in my car I've just got a rubber seal. You want to take this off. Some cars might have clips holding the back of it on, and you can see in there, hopefully I can get that in focus, the big bulb and the metal clip. So for me it's been easier to take the clip off, like so, and then you undo your retention spring at the top there, holding the bulb in, and then you can pull the bulb out and change it. Right, now we're going to do a rear light. In order to do this, you need to open the boot on this one, and get yourself a screwdriver. Me, I've got one in the boot. I've got a box full of stuff that I might need, and we're going to need a crosshead bit. You just undo these. I need a big one. Let's get the biggest in here. Don't strip the heads of the. These are being really tight. Unscrew them. These headlights only have 2 on the outside. You might find that your rear tail lights, whatever you want to call them, have a bolt on the inside as well. You might need to open up as well and unbolt something or unscrew something. Then these, you just give them a big tug, big bit of dirt falls out. That's handy. Offer that out. Okay. And then you need to unclip them. So I'll show you close up of that. So what you then need to do, pull your headlight cluster out, unpull this clip, and take it away. Okay, now we're in the boot here. This one appears to be held in with these screws here and here. So if we undo them, this time, it's always helpful when they're different size bits. Some of these have retention clips for the lighting panel. Yeah. And then should just come out. So here you have 3 bulbs. And just to tell which one they are, look here, you can line them up next to the fact. So most of these you can just push down and twist out like a house lamp and put in a new one. And you do it all in reverse. Put it back on, screw it all back in. So we're back in our engine bay. This is for coolant, so the coolant reservoir for my car is here. Sometimes it might be up in the left corner of the engine bay over there or over there. You have to find it. Usually has a blue lid. It will have some sort of measurement of pressure, because the coolant is pressurized, because when the car heats up, obviously the coolant heats up and it creates pressure. So you want to take your lid, turn it very slowly. Don't do this when the car is warm. Luckily in this case, you may have heard that, there was a tiny bit of pressure in there, but not loads. We then get the camera off of here. We can have a look at our coolant. As you can see, it's red, it's pink, it's the colour it's supposed to be in this car. There's not anything floating around in it, so it looks pretty good. And then on the side of the bottle, you'll be able to check the minimum and maximum levels. And my car is right on the maximum line, so it doesn't need any coolant. However, we'll do a quick little explanation about engine coolant over in a second. This is a bottle of coolant. This is ready mixed OAT anti-freezing coolant. Basically what it is you have, so this is a silicate free. You can see on here on the top of the bonnet, on most cars it'll tell you what coolant it needs and what colour and all the rest of it. It will also tell you in the logbook. You can also Google it to see not logbook, the owner's manual. You can also Google, if you don't have the owner's manual, to your parents' car or to your car, what kind of coolant you need. This works in my car. Basically it's distilled water, so it doesn't have any vitamins or minerals in that could corrode the inside of the engine. And then antifreeze stops the water from freezing, so if it gets really, really cold, the water in your engine doesn't freeze. And if the water in your engine froze, the water pump wouldn't be able to turn, and so you wouldn't get any cooling. Pretty simple. Right, so checking tyre pressures and inflating them. This car, the tyre pressures are 2.2 bar, which we can check on one of these if they're the right pressure. To find that out, there are a few ways you can do it. Inside the door jams on a lot of cars, if you open the door and look inside, either on the door, on the inside bit of the door when it opens like this, on the inside bit of the door, or on the bit of the car, it might tell you. My car unfortunately doesn't, which is very handy. So what I'm using is a digital tyre pressure monitor, so I turn it on. So you can pick these up from shops for relatively cheap actually. I got this from Wilko for a couple of quid. So this is 2.2, which is I believe correct as to what it is. If I needed to pump it up, I would then get a pump. Now, you don't want to use the same pump that you use for your bicycle, because it will take you forever. You will want a compressor. What you need is a tyre inflator air compressor thing. This one I think I got from like Sainsbury's or somewhere for like 15-20 quid. You can order them online if you're not leaving the house, obviously due to COVID. Oh no, this is Halfords. This is from Halfords. You can get them in loads of shops. They're quite easy to obtain online as well. This one's an analog one, so it's got a little needle dial. You can get digital ones. Digital ones are probably better because they're more accurate, but an analog one is probably cheaper because it's less expensive. So we want to plug this into the car and attach this to here. Right, then you want to take the tube and tighten it on. You'll hear a hissing. You want to tighten it until you don't hear a hiss anymore. It will also tell you on your gauge if your tyre is pumping up. Obviously mine doesn't. What you do is you turn it on, the car turn the car to the run position or the accessory position. If you turn the car on so the engine is running, it will pump up quicker because there'll be more power. Right, now we are removing and replacing a road wheel. So, what we're going to do is put the handbrake on the car and chock the back wheels. So put something behind the back wheels, obviously for the front tyres, behind the back wheels so the car won't roll backwards. If you're doing the rear wheels, put something in front of the front wheels. So you'll want a block. This piece of wood is not big enough, so the car will just roll straight over it. A big bit of wood, stone, or if you have actual wheel chocks, that would be even better. Right, so now this is a trolley jack. Most cars come with a scissor jack, but that goes in the little sill seam. For this, we're putting a bit of wood underneath, rolling it under the car, and jacking it up. There are jacking points. You want to make sure you jack your car's jacking points. There are little arrows on the sill as to where they are. So jack it up like this. Right, now, once it's jacked up a little bit, we don't want to jack it up all the way yet. We want to loosen these bolts off. Just a smidge. And tighten it back up a tiny bit, just so when it's in the air, it's not as difficult to undo. I'm going to sort of undo them in a cross pattern. So I undid 1, 2, 3 and then 4. There we go. And then jack it up the rest of the way. There we go. The wheel is now firmly off the floor. And we can now undo the rest of these bolts. Oh, that's great. There's one. Again in a crisscross. 2, 3, 4. And then leave one in so it doesn't fall on you. And tighten them off. Loosen them off even. All the way. Sometimes some wheels may be sort of held on. This one can just fall off like that. Now we're going to put the wheel back on. So remember, what, just as a tip, when you jack your car up, you want to make sure no one goes in the car while it's jacked up, because that won't be safe. So what you want to do is bring the wheel up to the brake disc. Put your fingers sort of in these holes. If you've got a steel, if you've got an alloy wheel, you want to grab it from the bottom like this. You can do it either way. Line it up on the hub here, and then you want to spin the wheel until the bolts line up. This is 4. This has got 4 bolts, or you might have pegs, so it'll be a bit easier. Thread these in. Put one in. Put another one in. Just going to hand tighten these. What I'm doing is hand tightening these. It doesn't matter in what order you hand tighten these. If we hand tighten these, right, and then there's no point getting a wrench wherever it's gone. I don't know where it is. Oh, I'll set it. There's no point in getting our wrench now and trying to tighten these, because if we try and tighten these, as soon as we get any resistance, the wheel will follow. However, I'm going to tighten them all to that tightness, until the wheel starts to follow, just to start with. So that was that one, that one, that one. Keep a track on the next bolt you need to do, and that one, just so they're all the same level of tightness. Now we're going to lower our car slowly. You have a hydraulic jack. If you've got a scissor jack, you can just unwind it until the tyre is on the floor, but the car isn't all the way down. A bit like that. So the jack is still supporting the weight of the car, as you can see by this massive, oh, you can't see the gap, but this massive gap. Okay, and then you want to tighten these off in a cross pattern. And then what I like to do is go over them one last time just to make sure they're all tight. Because the last thing you want is your wheel to fall off while you're driving. Right, and then you lower your car all the way. Camera battery died, so once you've lowered your car all the way, that's it, you've replaced your wheel. You want to look round the surface of the tread, look for any foreign objects. Here we've got a stone that's just knocked itself into the tread. If you've got a nail, don't pull it out, you'll need a new wheel. We can check the depth. You can do this on the car as well. Run your finger along the groove. You'll see there are these little bumps. If the bumps are level with the tread, then you need a new tyre. What you can also use is a tread depth tool. You put it flat on the tread, push it down, tells you how much tread you've got. So I've got about 5mm of tread on this tyre, so that's fine, doesn't need replacing. If we look at the sidewall, there's no cracking, there's no mould, it's a new tyre. So this tyre is fine. That's how you check it. This tyre and the tyre on the other side will replace at the same time, because they're both worn out. The reason that is, so if you have one that's more worn than the other, so say this is the right side tyre, there'll be more grip on this side of the tyre and less grip on the other side, so you'll drift when driving. It's something to remember. Right, so windscreen wipers are the last thing. The best thing to do would be to pull it away from the car. I'm not going to do both, I'm going to show you the one. Put it away from your car to start with, and then you can tackle unclipping it. What you want to do, you want to find the clips on the bottom for this style. They're here. You pinch them in, pull the wiper away, and off it comes. You're pulling. Let's put these in focus. You're pushing these clips together. For the rear wiper blade, you then need to come round to this side and unclip it by pushing it out and replacing it by then sliding it back in and pushing it back in until it clips, like that. There you go. Right, so I forgot to film an outro, so I'm just doing a little voiceover here. If you've done all of this on a parent, guardian or older sibling's car and you've got them to sign off the booklet in the link below and you filled out the extra bits as well, you can then send it off to your scout leaders, and after all this COVID-19 stuff you can get awarded the badge if the scout leaders get it. So yeah, thank you for watching, bye.